All righty, welcome to today's Shippo service hours. We are excited to have everybody here. Um, and yeah, so I have with me two shipping experts from our sales team, and I am on the customer success team here at Shippo. I've been here for a little over a year now and lead our support and success management team here. Mike, can you intro yourself really quickly?
Yeah, of course, I'd be happy to. Thanks, Joe. So my name is Mike Hathaway. I run our inbound and channel sales team here at Shippo, and I am very excited to be helping small businesses, personal shippers, bigger businesses, fulfillment centers all figure out how to streamline and make their shipping process as efficient and, of course, cost effective as possible. So whether you are shipping out of your garage or an entire warehouse, that's a process I'm really excited to dig in on. I'm very familiar with both the e-commerce space as well as launching across different marketplaces. So I have sold on eBay, have my own website, and definitely am familiar with some of the, of course, getting started hurdles that myself and our customers have faced. So excited to dig in today with you, and happy to answer any questions kind of throughout our conversation. Please feel free to use that Q&A section. I know we have a list of good questions, but Malcolm, why don't you introduce yourself next?
Yeah, hey, thanks, Mike. Hey, everyone, my name is Malcolm. On the sales side with Mike. I have a background in e-commerce. Before I was at Shippo, I was actually at Walmart e-commerce, so I've seen things on the larger side. And I was at a smaller e-commerce website before Walmart, so have really seen the full spectrum. Personally, I operate my own store on Wix and have it connected to Shippo, so I know the exact path going from just getting started to running a small business on the side. So probably not too dissimilar from some of the people joining us today. So really, really excited to be with you all, share some of my experiences, some tips and tricks I've learned the way, and help you guys get started.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. So let's go ahead and get started. Um, Malcolm, why don't you just give us a quick overview on what Shippo is, what some of the best things that we do are. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So high level, Shippo is a order management platform that connects to all major e-commerce platforms, your Shopify's, your Wix, your GoDaddy's of the world, and we give you access to discounted labels and exclusive rates with the major carriers such as USPS and UPS. After that, we help you track your orders and help you provide that information to your customers simply, easily, and automatically. So they automatically get tracking notifications and other features there too. Additionally, too, if you so need it, we help you manage and automate returns. So, for instance, providing scan-based return labels. We'll get more of that later, though. That is Shippo in a nutshell.
Awesome. Thank you for providing us with a quick overview before we get started. And a lot of people have started to come online because of COVID. And so what we had seen on our side was an influx of questions on generally how to even get started as an online business, right? COVID made it so that it was difficult to go to a brick and mortar, and a lot of the platforms today allow you to continue your business online. And so we wanted to jump in and help all of those new customers getting started online for the first time. So we kind of took it from the perspective of how do we help them from the very beginning of their online store. And one of the first questions that we tend to see on our side is, this is the product that I'm selling. How do I package this correctly? Like, how do I choose the right way to send my product out there? And for this question, I'm going to go to Mike, who can help us with that.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. I think in general, there are a bunch of different questions that we get around packaging, and it comes down to three or four basic categories of questions. So first and foremost, the thing I stress to our customers most is that we want you to get your package to your customer or the recipient as quickly and safely as possible. And what that involves, first and foremost, is having the right packaging, whether that's bubble mailers or protective packaging inside of a box to ensure that your item does reach the final destination safely. So both Amazon, when you look on uh, sources like Uline or the Boxery, all have very cost-effective protective material that you can include inside your packaging, and a lot of it is recyclable. So it's a fantastic option when you are packaging your items. Now, that's around the safety of your items when it comes to packing them up and making sure they are received on the other end in one piece. Secondly, kind of the category that we get asked about most is how do I choose packaging that's the most cost effective? And that really comes into basically two categories here. With the majority of carriers on our platform and when you're shipping in general. So, first and foremost, you want your packaging to be as light and small for your item as possible. So the majority of carriers do factor in both the weight and dimensions of your package when calculating the cost of that shipment. So options like a poly mailer, which is just basically a plastic bag that you put an item in to ship it off, are a fantastic choice for people that are shipping items that won't get hurt in transit, maybe like a t-shirt or apparel in general. Bubble mailers, as mentioned, so like an envelope with the bubble padding around it, are another fantastic option for shipping out an item that needs a little bit of protection, but also you also want to keep it as light as possible. And then third, we always encourage our customers when you are shipping out in a box to make sure that box is as small as possible for the item that you're shipping out. Especially if you're shipping heavier items, it's to your advantage to keep that box small and compact. Because as you do get over 18 inches for some carriers and over about a half a cubic foot, which is the length times width times height divided by 1728. Um, Once you're over that half a cubic foot number, the prices of your shipments can increase pretty significantly. So when it comes to choosing your package, first and foremost, you want to get it there safely. Secondly, you want to keep that package as light as possible. And third, you want to keep it as small as possible around your item.
Awesome. Thanks, Mike. And you already touched on pricing, but there's also another way to talk about pricing. And a lot of that is minimizing cost on zones and where your package is going and getting the right estimates for when you are sending your packages out. Can you talk us through that as well?
Yeah, I'd love to. So in general, as mentioned, there are three factors that go into the cost of shipping out a package: the weight of the item, the dimensions of the package, and the distance you're sending that item. So of course, when you're designing a pricing model for your shop, this is an extremely important calculation to understand. When you're shipping out an item and charging your customer for shipping, there are a bunch of different ways that are available within most e-commerce platforms to charge your customer for that shipping. The three most popular that we see is one, quoting rates directly in your shopping cart. So tools like Shopify, Wix, WooCommerce all have rate estimators that, based on the dimensions, weight, and the assumed distance to your customer, can provide a quote option in your shopping cart. The second is a flat rate option. This is a fantastic option used by even a lot of large e-commerce brands. For instance, I was shopping on J.Crew the other day or on Mercari and Poshmark, and they all do a great job of offering one flat rate shipping option based on the items that are being sent to you. You can also see the option for offering free shipping at a threshold where you'll pay, say, $7.99 for shipping, up to $100 spent, and then over $100 you offer free shipping. So having that flat rate set in your shopping cart and then offering an incentive to get that free shipping is often a way we see merchants generate more or higher volume, or excuse me, higher total cost for customers who end up checking out. And the third method that we see most popular for quoting shipping costs in the shopping cart is free shipping. So both for free shipping and flat rate shipping, it's really important for vendors and merchants to understand exactly their average cost of shipping, because that's likely the number you'll use for your flat rate or the amount you'll have to increase your items on your store's cost by so that you can offer that free shipping for all of your customers. So I'm often asked, how do you figure out exactly what your average price for shipping will be? And that's where a tool like Shippo can be a huge advantage. So first, as Malcolm mentioned, we do offer automatic discounts in our platform through USPS, UPS, and then DHL for international shipments. And so a great way to understand exactly what your average cost of a package will be is to sign into Shippo and create a shipment for each of the items that you send out, and then alter the address on the other end. So for instance, when I did this for my own store, I'm in California, so I did a shipment in California, a shipment in Nevada, Colorado, Texas, Florida, New York, Chicago. And just by using 6 or 7 different addresses, I was able to get an average of what my shipping cost would be. And then because I wanted to offer free shipping, I just increased all of my items price by about that amount. In fact, I actually increased it a little bit more because I wanted to make a margin on the shipping that I'll pay as well. So that's another trick we see used, is either increasing your total cost by the average amount or having a flat rate fee. So if your average, for instance, is like $7.50, rounding that up to $8 is a great way for you to make sure your shipping cost is always covered. And when that flat rate number is a round number, like a $7.99 or an $8 flat, from a consumer perspective, it's much easier to pallet that additional cost as opposed to an uneven number like a 743 being added to your total cost. So minimizing cost comes down to packaging, using a tool like Shippo to take advantage of discounted rates, and then presenting your customers the most appropriate cost in your store that includes shipping, whether that's calculating a rate, offering a flat rate, or free shipping by increasing your item's cost by that average amount. Joe, you're on mute.
Sorry. I thought it was not muted anymore, but thank you for that. That is super helpful. And, now that I've got the right packaging, I have priced my items plus my shipping correctly on my site. And, orders are coming in, I'm going to send these packages out. The next best step that we have in Shippo is, how to get your actual packages to the carrier so that they can deliver. And for insight on how to do that, I'm going to go to Malcolm.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. So as you were saying, you've already priced your items, it's all ready to go, you've packaged them up, and now it's time to actually get them in the hands of the carrier. So how do you go about doing that? Well, of course you could visit your local post office or local UPS location, something of that nature, but you can actually do something different, have them come to you. That's especially important in a time like this, during COVID, when maybe you want to reduce the amount of interactions you have with people outside or being in other facilities or other locations, and you want to just stick at home, or honestly, it's just a convenient aspect of having them come to you to pick it up. So within the Shippo dashboard, you can go right to your shipments tab, and it's shown in the slide there. There's a button that says schedule pickup. And as you can see, it shows USPS and DHL Express. So for USPS and DHL Express, you would schedule the carrier pickup right there from the app. If you're utilizing something like UPS or perhaps FedEx, you can absolutely schedule a carrier pickup. However, you would do that directly with the carrier themselves. Additionally, too, when you're utilizing USPS, you may need something called a manifest if you are scheduling a carrier pickup for a large quantity of parcels. So imagine if you're having a pickup for maybe 2 or 3 parcels, no need to worry about something like that. But hopefully business is booming and you have a lot of packages that need to go out. Say you have 50 packages. What a manifest is it's just a log and a record of all of the shipments that you're having picked up or you're dropping off for that day. And the reason that the USPS may require this, again, this is based on the preferences of your local carrier and your local post office, but it's a log of all of the shipments and it's associated with one single barcode. So instead of the carrier having to scan each individual package one by one, super time consuming process, they simply scan one barcode and they're off their way, or if you're dropping it off at the post office, you're off on your way as well. So really convenient, and that can be done, as you see in the slide there. There's a button that says Create Manifest right to the right of Scheduled Pickup. Super simple. Click that button, print it off right from the Shippo dashboard, and you're on your way.
Awesome. Thanks, Malcolm. Sorry. And it's been mentioned a few times now. We have multiple carriers and multiple options to ship through on our website. Oops. Sorry. I moved forward.
Check insurance right now.
I meant to move to insurance. Sorry about that. But Malcolm's going to talk us through insurance as well, making sure that the packages are insured so that if anything happens to them, you are protected. But
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so as Joe was mentioning, we do have discounted rates with multiple carriers, and each individual carrier and service level that they offer usually carries their own small amount of included insurance. So beyond that, if you do need to add insurance, the great news is with Shippo, it's super simple and the process is the exact same no matter what carrier you're utilizing. So when you're going to check out and purchase your labels, you can add insurance that is simply 1% or 1.25% of the declared value of the item based on if you're on our pay-as-you-go plan or our Pro or Premier plan, which is just 1% of the declared value. So for instance, if you were insuring something for $100, it would simply be $1 to add that $100 of insurance. And so you add the amount that you'd like to insure it for. And it's, like I said, it's just 1.25% or 1%. And so we utilize a vetted third-party partner that provides insurance for us and for you. And so the great news is if you have to go through a claims process, unfortunately that does happen sometimes, the items get lost or damaged, and you do need to utilize that insurance claim. The really good news is that it's a simple process, it's pretty pain-free, and you have a dedicated agent on the other line that's easily able to help you. So you're not sitting around navigating through menus or wasting your time that way. You're able to get the claim handled directly and get the issue resolved for yourself and your customer.
Awesome. Thanks, Malcolm. I got a little too excited there, but yes, carriers is next. How does one take advantage of the multiple carriers that we have just in general, right? And especially on Shippo. So I'm going to go to you, Mike, for that one.
You, Mike. Excellent. I appreciate it, Joe. And this is definitely one of the biggest advantages of using Shippo as part of your business. Our tool is designed to give you ultimate transparency in the rate shopping process so that for each individual package that you're shipping out, you know you're paying the lowest amount for the service level that you need to provide to the end buyer. So what I mean by this is if you have promised a 2-day delivery option for a customer, you can use our platform to find the cheapest 2-day delivery option available. Or if you just know you want to get it out for as cheap as possible, our platform is a fantastic tool to make sure that you know whether it's with USPS, UPS, DHL, FedEx, or a number of our other supported carriers, you can ensure that you're paying the lowest price possible. And this is really easy to set up in Shippo, actually. When you log in for the first time, you automatically have discounts available for both USPS and DHL. With USPS, these are the lowest discounts available online across all e-postage providers. So if you're familiar with the space, we have commercial plus pricing available in all of our accounts, and that includes no markups to either first class or cubic rates on our platform. Additionally, we have discounts for international shipping through USPS, UPS, and more specifically DHL's Express service. So all three options are available, and our platform automatically generates all of the customs declaration paperwork on your behalf. So when you sign into Shippo for the first time, you'll have those USPS discounts, you'll have those DHL discounts automatically available. If you'd like to see our UPS discounts, it's as simple as going into the settings and hitting the carriers button, and then selecting the button that you're seeing in the GIF on your screen here, activate UPS or Shippo discounts in the top right-hand corner. Once you do that, you'll just confirm your pickup address, set up a Shippo specific UPS account. Then for each and every shipment, you'll see UPS shipment options for areas that they cover. Finally, if you have your own UPS account or your own FedEx account, your own OnTrack, Canada Post, whatever account, shipping account that you have, you can also add that to Shippo so that you can compare our discounted rates versus your available rates. Once again, have complete transparency in that rate shopping process. To add your own carrier account, very simple as well. You'll once again go to that settings carriers tab, and in the top right hand corner there's a button that says add carrier account. Basically, if you have your latest invoice from that carrier, you'll just fill out the information that appears on that invoice from your account number, your address, and then additionally, I think usually you need to confirm the zip code that you're in as well. But once you have that information, you'll immediately be able to see your own rates, like I mentioned, compared to ours. So our tool really is there to help you make sure that for each and every shipment, you're paying the lowest amount possible.
Awesome. Thanks, Mike. Now that you've got pretty much everything set up and you're ready to send it out, one of, I think, my favorite things when buying a package is knowing when a package is on its way. And it's something that we also take care of on the Shippo side to give our customers an advantage against, some of the larger shippers out there. And Malcolm will walk us through that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So look, if you're anything like me, as soon as you purchase something, you're immediately checking that tracking notification page. When's it going to arrive, right? And so I know that's probably something that's super important to your customers as well. This is the expectation that customers have across the board, is that they'll easily and rapidly get access to information about the status of their shipment, both as soon as it's shipped, and then of course, knowing when it will arrive. So with Shippo, we help create that awesome experience for your customers by sending out automated tracking notification emails to the email that's associated with the order. So as soon as the package is sent out, the customer will get an automated tracking notification email that says that it has been shipped, and then it will give them a landing page that they're able to visit that is the same across carriers. So they're not going directly to a USPS site or a UPS tracking site. They're staying within the branded tracking page. Additionally, too, we automatically send a delivery confirmation email. So super helpful if they happen to be out, they know that there is a parcel waiting for them at their doorstep or at their mailbox. Important thing to note is that while we do provide this tracking notification service, of course, free of charge, is included with your usage of Shippo, you do have the option to turn it on or off. That may not suit your particular business use case, or you might be utilizing a platform, say like Shopify, that has a similar piece of functionality already built in, and you're already utilizing it, so there's no need to change. Yeah, and that's it.
Awesome. Thanks, Malcolm. And then when I get my package, sometimes it's not quite what I wanted or what I had expected, or I ordered something from the same site and it's coming, but so then I don't need this particular product anymore. Can you also walk us through returns, Malcolm?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, if you're anything like me, especially during this time now, ordering a lot of things online, maybe some things that I wouldn't normally order online that I'm kind of taking a chance on or I'm trying out. So returns are super important. And of course, they're always unique to your individual business use case. Maybe returns are something that you plan to utilize very often, or maybe it's something that you elect to not offer at all. But the good news is that Shippo will always have a great solution for you as far as returns if you do need to incorporate them in your business. So Shippo allows you to automatically generate scan-based return shipping labels. So what that means is, since it's scan-based, you will not be charged unless your customer actually utilizes them to ship back the item to you. So with Shippo, you can set your preferences to automatically create one of these scan-based return labels if you want to include them with every single shipment. That is one option. Or within Shippo, you can do one-off or on a case-by-case basis return labels by clicking a simple button in your order's dashboard that's associated with the order you need a return for. So we will generate a PDF of that scan-based return label, and then you'll simply email it to your customer on a case-by-case basis. No matter what you need, we have you covered. It's simple, it's easy, and it's cost-effective because, like I said, if you send that return label to your customer, they change their mind, and actually, you know what? They're going to keep that item. You're not charged for the label. So no hassle, nothing to worry about there.
Awesome. Thanks, Malcolm. And so now we have gone through the entire shipping cycle. So choosing a package for your product, making sure it's priced correctly, and then, actually sending out your product and making sure your customers know when it's coming and giving them a full experience should they ever want to return the product that they purchased from you. The one thing, though, that we did skip over that I think is very important for the platform is, how do you actually get your products on a platform or on Shippo so that you can start to create those labels for them and start to ship. And for that, Mike, I'm going to come to you so you can walk us through store connections.
Great, thanks, Joe. Yep, getting your stores connected, obviously a very important part of getting started shipping. So when you sign up for Shippo initially, on that first page that you come into, you'll see a bunch of Connect Store options and Connect Marketplaces. So if you use options like Wix or Square or Amazon, eBay, those will all be on the main page there. If you've already clicked by that, don't worry, there's another way to make sure that you get your stores connected, and that's what you're seeing on the left-hand side of your screen here. In our settings and e-commerce channels section, you'll see all about 22 different e-commerce integrations listed, and on the right side of the screen, you'll see a button that says Connect next to each of those. Once you hit that Connect button, you'll just have to log into that platform and grant us permission to update your order status, and then all of your order information will automatically flow into Shippo for both new and previous orders. This is a fantastic opportunity to look at the cost you actually shipped out your previous items for, compare that cost for what we would have charged in Shippo, and know that for future orders, they'll all automatically come into Shippo. A couple things to note here. One, you can connect as many of these storefronts as you need. So if you have a Shopify store, you sell on Amazon, Etsy, eBay, you can connect all of those stores to Shippo so that you have one central location to fulfill all of your shipments. It's a very popular use case for Shippo. We have customers who typically will either start out on our marketplace or start out with their own website. And as they grow and scale, start selling through other channels as well. So in the settings and e-commerce channels, you can connect all of your stores. All of those orders will import automatically, and as new orders come into those stores, they'll automatically show up in Shippo. And then should you need to add another store at a later date, you can certainly do so, but to get started, you can hit that Connect button in the e-commerce channels section.
Awesome. Thank you for that. And I think at this point, we've gone through the entire cycle of how to manage your shipping on Shippo in general. And, I wanted to go back to Mike or Malcolm or both of you to see if there was anything else top of mind that you hear from our customers about getting started, and can give any tips and tricks as they start to come online.
Yeah, sure. I'll jump in. I think it's not so much about having particular tricks or anything like that. It's just actually utilizing the resources that actually Shippo provides for you. And that could be something like we are here today, utilizing our service hours. We have in-app chat. You can contact us via email. We have a really, really awesome blog that has information about sort of current events in the shipping space and really cool insights on kind of what the world of logistics and small businesses look like today, as well as a really, really great help center. So if you want to dig a little bit deeper into some of the features or figure out ways that you can kind of utilize them in a more strategic way to help grow your business and cut down your costs, the help center is a really, really great place to do so. And of course, everyone here on the Shippo end is always willing to help and excited to interact with you as a customer. So please don't hesitate to reach out if you can't find something or just have a question. Always happy to answer those questions too. And I know Joe's team is really, really excited to interact with customers just like you.
Speaking of questions, it looks like we got a couple questions in while we were going over kind of our prepared slides from the questions that were submitted previous to our conversation today. So if you have a question, please feel free to enter that now. We'll go ahead and start ticking off a couple of these. So first question we got was about the explanation on minimizing the cost of a flat rate option. So I'll just quickly go over that one more time. So there are two basic flat rate options that I think this question could be referring to. So I'm going to go over both of them. First, there's the option that was discussed during my previous explanation. So that's how your customer is charged in your e-commerce store. This doesn't have any bearing on the actual cost that you will pay to ship out the item. It's just the cost in your shopping cart that your that your buyers will see as they purchase the item. So you want to find a flat rate cost that's around the average cost of all of your shipments. Some ways that we see this kind of calculated, as I mentioned, using our platform to find an average cost based on a variety of package sizes and locations, and seeing all the costs associated with that, doing some quick math and finding the average there. And then we see this implemented in a few ways as well. First, you can say my average shipping cost is $5. What you can do is just have your flat rate shipping cost in your shopping cart be $5 all the time. One of the other options that we see used fairly frequently is instead of $5, they'll charge $3 or some portion of that total average, and then increase the cost of all of their items by that other difference. So I'd maybe charge $3 for my flat rate shipping, and then have all of my items on my store just cost $2 more. And so that's more on the pricing model side of your business. And Shippo absolutely is part of that for providing you access to discounted shipping rates. And then now that you have access to those discounted shipping rates, it's up to you how to use them. So find out what your average shipment cost is. Of course, include that as part of your pricing model decisions in your shopping cart. And then hopefully Shippo can help streamline that going forward as you do continue to ship more. The other part of flat rate options is on the carrier and packaging side. So if you've shipped it all with USPS or other carriers, you might know that they have flat rate box options. So these are specific boxes that are usually given out for free at USPS, and on them they say USPS priority mail flat rate. There's a medium flat rate box, a small flat rate box, they have flat rate envelopes, big flat rate boxes, you name it, they have it, and they'll give it to you for free. And these are a fantastic option. Usually, if you're shipping something that's generally heavier, we see businesses who are shipping small and heavy things or bulky things use these boxes. One, because they're free and they won't have to pay for packaging, and two, because they know no matter what, they will always pay the same cost for shipping for those items. And it can make coming up with that pricing model a little bit easier. Now, needless to say, there are only certain options for flat rate packaging, so you want to make sure that your item does fit in that flat rate box, that you can have access, or that you have access to that flat rate box, whether you get it at your local post office or you have it sent to you. you need that physical box to be able to use flat rate options. But those are the two basic explanations of flat rates. One, in the shopping cart for how you charge your customer. Two is a method for shipping through carriers. I hope that was a little bit more clear that time, and please feel free to chat back in with another question as you may have.
Thanks for digging into that, Mike. And I will check to see if we have anything else. Oh, it looks like we got all of them. I'll give it another minute or so to see if anyone else has any questions here before we hop off and enjoy our Fridays. Oh. Sorry, I can't see the questions on my side. So if Malcolm, Mike, if you guys see anything, let me know.
I think we're pretty well good. Again, too, if there's something that comes to mind, if you're tuning in and you have a question later on, obviously feel free to reach out. There is the email listed there below, support@goshippo.com. Great resource to ask away with your questions, as well as any of the resources that I had talked about just a few minutes ago too.
Awesome. Looks like we're good to go. Yes, again, email support@goshippo.com. We're also in app. If you log into Shippo, you should see a chat at the very bottom, or you can ask for a call back and we can give you a call as well. So there are a ton of resources online that you can reach out to us on. And I'm going to go ahead and end our webinar for today. Thank you for joining us, and I hope everyone has a great weekend and a very happy Friday.